It has been a hot minute since I've done a video like this. First of all, hey everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we're going to be having, I guess, early access to this upcoming new simulator. It's called Anime Tactical, and let's just say, just from the early access alone, they're already showcasing a lot of what this game has to offer. For example, we have like 5 different worlds, one of them, being the lobby. We have quests, achievements, mounts. So of course, I think you guys kind of get the drill, right? We're going to be running through this whole game with basically admin powers, since, I've kind of been able to give myself everything in the game. Also, by the way, if you guys want to win early access for yourself, make sure to join the game's Discord server. It's going to be linked in the description and as well in the comments. But apart from that though, let's jump into this game, see what exactly it has to offer. Starting off by probably, leaving this tutorial world. Yeah, it only has a dummy and it has, I guess, an egg. Alright, so first things first, let's jump on over to, I guess, the lobby, right? As you can see from just the lobby alone, I think you can kind of get the idea of what this game is going to be about. It's not just, one of the normal simulators like, anime weapons and whatever. It's more like an anime champions, kind of vibe. Even the gameplay itself, you're going to be having units, and then, when you click an enemy, it will attack for you. And of course, the main goal is to, get stronger units, level them up, maybe put on some kind of traits and rerolls and whatever all this other stuff is, like training. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said at the start of this video that this game just has a lot. So let's stop the yapping. Let's, I guess, get started with probably checking out the units, right? Right now, I have what I believe is the best units in the game. Now, if I equip best right now, it seems like I'm going to be equipping these 3 units. Or well, technically, I should say 5, since, I do actually have game passes on this account. It's admin abuse. You shouldn't expect anything less. But yeah, having a look at, I guess, all of these units, right? Starting off, level 1, they are very OP. They have around like 3k, average damage. This one actually has 7.96k. And I think it might even be a shiny version of this as well. So keep that in mind. This game does actually have shiny units, and probably based on, I guess, these stars we're seeing under the units, there might be some kind of like evolution system as well. I think this is the perfect thing to do. We just jumped into the training area, and it seems like it's just a place where you can just test your, total DPS. For example, right now I am doing around 14, 15, okay, it's actually going up to around 20k DPS, which obviously is really, really good. And again, keep in mind, they're probably all like level 1 or something. So once we level up those bad boys, the damage is probably going to be like 10x stronger. I guess if we want to go ahead and, level them up, we probably need to jump into one of the main worlds and, maybe start, hatching or taking out enemies. I'm sure one of those methods is going to start leveling them up. So let's start off by taking out, I guess, this violent tyrant over here. So it seems like that is going to be the boss of this world, right? Typical of these games, they have a boss at like the very edge of the map, and they also have it at the beginning of the map. And then if we go ahead and take them out, it's of course going to be giving us yen, which I guess we go ahead and use to hatch eggs in this world. Yeah, from this pack. Let's go ahead and let's start fusing all of these, right? Let's fuse, I guess, everything, since I'm pretty sure I have all these pets anyways, all the way into one of my Crimson Knights. I'm pretty sure this will be the best choice since he already has, the highest amount of, I guess, DPS. But then again, there's a high chance that probably we're not going to be able to level him up much since, it is the first world. So probably it's not going to be giving, that much EXP. But maybe I'm wrong. Alrighty, it seems like I am actually getting XP from this, which is really, really good. Now, just, I guess, to showcase quickly the animations and stuff, this is what hatching looks like in the game. Now, of course, from all of this hatching, what exactly can you expect? Well, you can expect all the normal units like, common, rare, epic, all that good stuff. But it wouldn't be a simulator if this game didn't have secrets, right? And I'm not sure what the secret of this world would be. Again, I might already have it since, I do have all of the pets. It might be this over here, but this is a limited, so maybe not that. Okay, these are the secrets. So I'd assume that probably the secret of this world would be... Which one would it be? This one, Demonic Pudding. For a second, I really forgot what Dragon Ball characters were, which ones they were, but yeah. This is Boo, obviously it's Dragon Ball. At level 1, he has 343 damage, and then of course, the higher worlds you get to, the more base damage that they're going to be, giving you. Enough with the basics though, let's move on to, I guess, what these worlds have to offer. So over here, we are going to be having most likely a quest line. So this, plants and chaos, defeat them all, and save the world. So let's just quickly go ahead and, run through all of this, right? I'm pretty sure I should have, the ability to just auto-attack everything within a certain range, and even an auto-clicker to, I guess, do that bonus damage. But hold up just a moment, what on earth is this? This is Shenron, so yeah, it is going to have something to do with wish orbs. So the power grants you a new character. It can grant you a passive that increases damage for a short time. You can instantly open one extra card pack, and your luck permanently increases by 1. So I can choose one of these, but I'm not entirely sure which one is the best one to choose. I don't think it's going to be the power one, since, I'm pretty sure, again, I have all the characters that you could possibly get from this. The passive would be really cool if I wasn't already, one-shotting everything, so that is also going to be a no. I guess between these two, I can either go for lucky or cards instantly open. Maybe I should go for the cards one, because again, I have like 10 times luck right now, and I also have all the pets, so this will probably be the best one, because it will then end up giving me, more XP, because, the more packs I open, the more XP I get from the fusing. So let's just quickly go ahead and grab that, and now I'm a bit confused, because I'm not entirely sure if that upgrade is permanent or if it's limited. I don't see any kind of like timers or whatever, so I'm going to assume it's limited. Also, by the way, just for you guys as I may be curious, like, okay, I just did this, can I do it again? Well, you can, but not this very second, since I am missing all of the Dragon Balls, which I probably need to get from some kind of dungeon, or maybe the boss drops it. Okay, look at that. Apparently the boss drops from, I believe it was 1 to 2. Oh wait, I don't know, maybe this is just any Dragon Ball in general. Keep in mind, by the way, probably a lot of this stuff is like placeholders and whatever, so if some of you guys are maybe confused by certain values or descriptions, the devs will probably fix it by, whenever the game releases. What about this area though? It seems like there's a little volcanic area off to the sides, which also offers Dragon Balls and even an egg, which I guess is just going to be the same units, you can just AFK here, have your auto attack range, open up infinite packs until I guess you have max level units or some secrets. And then I guess from there, once you're fighting all the enemies, trying to get all the Dragon Balls so then you can grant your wish, you will also be in the process, getting yen, so then you can buy, all the next worlds, since this game isn't actually like a lot of the popular simulators right now. You actually buy the ticket in order to go to the next world. And in this case, it seems like on release at this very moment, it's going to be going up to around 10 million yen. Honestly, I'm a bit curious to see what on earth the last world has to offer in terms of difficulty and I guess buffs and whatnot to be costing 10 million, since right now I'm pretty sure I'm only getting like a few hundred yen if I were to play the game normally. So in the final world, I am expecting a bunch of yen and maybe some like other machines and whatever. For example, this Margin Pudding. Is this just another NPC questline? Oh, okay, yeah, it seems to actually be a side quest line that you can do. Defeat 40 demonic pudding. That shouldn't be too difficult. Hey, nice. We just actually finished both of the quests, not just one of them. And it seems like what they give is they give a Dragon Ball, these cube thingies, and gems and whatever this thing is. Now, gems is important to mention because I forgot to actually say this at the beginning of the video. This game is actually going to be very, very, very free to play, since you can buy game passes, with the gems that you earn, whether it's from quest lines or any other methods. In fact, here are all the game passes that you can potentially get. They're simple, 3 times card opens, 2 times gold, 2 times experience. It's exactly what you'd expect from, the game passes. But if you do want to, you can also go ahead and, spend the gems on getting, for example, the starter pack or whatever these other things are going to be, which I guess you will unlock on release. And also, for those of you guys that are curious, those dice cube thingies, yeah, they're talent dices that we will be using once we unlock the next world. Speaking of the next world, we should probably head on over there right now. So let's quickly buy this. And then just before we jump into there, let's just quickly see all of these other buttons over here, right? So we have the profile, which is going to be showcasing basically everything that you need to know about the game. Raids 1, playtime, secrets gotten, sprint speed, etc, etc. Then from there, we have the mount, just like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I am not sure which one is the fastest mount. It might be this pudding over here, but then again, might be wrong. Let's just quickly press the mount button, whatever that mount button is going to be. So let's press C and... okay, wow, that's making us move really fast. Also, why does the mount look so goofy, by the way? I don't know why. Normally, I really like a serious looking mount, you know, like the scary kind. But this looks addicting. Let's say it like that. Yeah, let's just move on to the achievements over here before I get, you know, too fixated on that. So we have the achievements, you know, pretty straightforward stuff. They are going to be giving you... actually, what do they give you? Oh, here we go. So percentage boosts, which are going to be limited, and that seems to be relatively it. We get gems, we get damage, gold, star boost. We even get opens and equips as well. Okay, not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Now, of course, if we wanted to max this out, we would probably have to do a lot of grinding. So let's move on for the time being, and let's check out the second world. Or let's quickly, I guess, you know, speedrun through it. So let's see, we have the egg over here. We have, I guess, someone hatching, you know, one of the other early access people. We have a straw hat, which is going to be a quest NPC. And then somewhere over here, we should have the talent rerolls. Here we go. So let's check out the talent. So if I equip best right now and then select my Crimson Knight over here, we can try to get ourselves some good talents. Now, I have no clue what these exactly do. Maybe it's the kind of class you want to be aiming for. Again, I don't know. Let's see. So if I select this and then I reroll... oh, okay, I get it now. So this is for damage, this is for ability damage, and it just seems to be like you can select manually from these 4 buttons. Now, in terms of the best talent, I am pretty sure the best one you can get is SSS, which I would normally be able to just, you know, roll right now since I have these perfect dices, which are supposed to be guaranteed to give you the best stat. But it seems like it is not fully, I guess, coded and whatever into the game, so the game is, I guess, preventing me from getting the strongest potential units that you can get in the game. Bit of an L, but don't worry. That just means that you guys are gonna have to do the grinding yourself, or maybe I'll showcase it in a future video. I don't know. Let's, I guess, just move on to the next world, since I don't want to showcase too much of the game, like 100% of it. I'd rather honestly leave, you know, some of the aspects of it to, you know, mystery and stuff, like what on earth do you have to do in order to unlock this or that? So let's head on over to the third world and let's see what this trait rerolls and abandoned village is. Probably the abandoned village is going to be like some kind of raid. And then, you know, the trait rerolls are, I mean, they're kind of, you know, self-explained. They're just trait rerolls. So if I go ahead and select my Crimson Knight over here, I have 20k shadow medals, which should allow me to get a good trait. Now, the best one in the game is going to be Extremist or God's Blessing, giving some ridiculous boosts. 100% damage, 50% critical damage, and 50% abilities damage. And then God's Blessing is like the OP luck, right? 150% luck. And then all of the other mythicals are kind of self-explained. Some of them are critical chance, team damage, golds gain, you know, all that good stuff. But I don't think this has been coded just yet either, because if I go ahead and reroll... actually, no, we do get stuff. Nice. Ooh, okay, this is actually something else which is cool. You can actually go ahead and get 2 traits on the same unit. So I can go ahead, you know, try and maybe get... I guess another mythical or maybe a legendary. I got assault number 3, which is going to be what kind of boost is this? 15% damage. Okay, that is actually really mid. Let's try and see if we can get, you know, something better. We got fortunate 1. You know what? We'll take it. In the end, am I trying to get a maxed out unit? No, I'm just showcasing everything. In this case, you know, we got the lucky, I guess, trait, which should push up my luck to around maybe... is it supposed to be like 50% in general or just 50%? I don't know. Once again, things just might be a little bit vague at the moment, and then eventually, you know, when the game releases, everything will be fully explained. Now, the last thing of this word is going to be whatever that middle thing is, which I believe is the abandoned village raid. Okay, it's not a raid, it's actually a boss fight, and this boss fight is going to be giving you the chance to get two units, which actually I already have at the moment, and they seem to be one of the best ones I have as well. We even get this kind of like soul item. What on earth is this? So I'm not entirely sure if I have it already. I might be completely, missing it. There is a good chance. Okay, there we go. I think I just found out what they are. Hinukami medal. So a medal infused with the flame god's power. This might be some kind of crafting material that is used inside of the lobby. Though where exactly it is used, I'm not entirely sure. It might be over here at the upgrades. Let's see, so these use movement medals and they increase the attack range, the sprint speed, and backpack capacity. So no, it is not one of those. So maybe it is the vending machine? Yeah, it seems like the longer I played this game, the more random stuff I just end up, finding out as a feature. Like, I don't think, have we even seen this yet? Okay, it's just the traits. Okay, we've already seen that. But even when I look back at the inventory, right, there's still so much stuff that I just haven't figured out yet. We have reset stats over here, premium medals, avatar crystals. The last potential thing I could possibly think of that would even use any of these materials is this mage sorcerer, which is just, the evolution system which I explained before. So if I select this, right, and then let's say, hold on a moment, let's say I want to upgrade one of these dummies over here, right? So if I select this, this uses rare souls. And then when I upgrade it, it will give it 25% damage. And then on the third star, it would give it 75% damage. Still doesn't explain where all of these other stuff are used. So my last guess would be over here, the Dungeons town. Oh wait, I just found out I'm a complete idiot. I was thinking of anime champions, right? And I realized, wait, anime champions had medals as well, and from what I remember, medals were used for like passives or traits or whatever that you would put on your units, and then obviously what kind of medal would depend on what kind of unit you're using. Hence why I figured out that, yeah, all the medals are actually corresponding to what kind of, I guess, units, or should I say worlds the unit is from. And I guess in this case, the premium medals are going to be used for the units which just don't have a specific world, I guess. Or, I don't know, maybe just for like limited units, exclusive units, just something that isn't necessarily hatchable by a normal means. Feel free to come to your own conclusion, figure out down in the comments or something. But, yeah, we should probably go ahead, complete the quest line so then we can unlock the next world. Since it turns out you do actually need to complete just, this very quick and simple quest line, which will give you a world crystal, but it still, will be costing, the yen. So make sure you're grinding the yen as well. By the way, I actually did go ahead and ended up upgrading my Crimson Knight, just a little bit. The max level right now is level 20, and yeah, look at the DPS. 13k on just this singular unit is definitely not something you want to be overlooking. But yeah, we just finished the quest line, and also I finally clicked this event button. It turns out this is where you get like all of the cool stuff which I had, like the mount and the Jake pudding or pudding, however you want to pronounce it. This is how you get all of the exclusive stuff that I have at the moment for completely free. You just have to complete, a few quest lines, nothing too crazy. And then, yeah, I guess we don't need to waste any more time. Let's unlock this and actually, wait, hold on a moment. I just need to claim this reward really quickly. There we go. Now we can teleport on through. And this is where we have the player stats, and then also the Awakening Dungeon. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I am not going to be looking at the Awakening Dungeon. The reason being is that I don't want to spoil absolutely everything this game has to offer. If you guys want to figure out what this Awakening Dungeon is about, how fun it is or what it gives, you guys are gonna, have to put in the time and effort, just like as what I'm gonna be doing, when the game releases. And then we can all figure it out together, right? But yeah, for the time being, we'll just check out, this player stats over here. Seems like this is where you can, take out enemies, you get levels, and then you can invest it however you want to, whether it's in damage, EXP, or whatever you want. So yeah, this is something that I have never seen in these kind of games before. So yeah, shout out to the devs for, I guess, trying to mix in some popular ideas from other games and implementing it in simulators that just don't normally have these kind of things. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was one crazy early access video. Even with all of the, free stuff that we were able to give ourselves, going through this game was honestly still very fun. I like the direction that the game is going. You know, it's not just trying to be a copy and paste of, you know, all the old games like Anime Champions and whatever. It seems like they are trying their best to kind of build off into something that I guess we've never seen before. So props to the devs. Hopefully they can keep this up well past the release, you know, into updates 1, 2, 3, and however many updates this game is going to have. Once again, if you guys want to check out this game for yourself, you know, maybe see some sneak peeks or whatever, or maybe even win yourself some early access, which is going to be offering some exclusive units and I believe some gems as well. It's a win-win for everyone. All you have to do, join the Discord server, participate in their early access competition. Just make sure you're fast because probably, you know, when the game releases, all of those free rewards are kind of going to be, you know, limited. You know, you won't be able to get them anymore. For the time being though, thank you guys so much for watching. See you all soon. And as usual, if you have any questions or you like this video, feel free to show your support. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.